are you serious? That's the best you can do? Like, that's your big play to go up against the Legend of Zelda movie? You know, a film that's probably going to surpass Lord of the Rings in cultural relevancy. Like, you're really going to do Bloodborne. Like, and that's kind of where we're at now, honestly, is that, like, we're kind of seeing the illusion propped up by 2015 YouTube, like, kind of collapsing among itself. Like, we still see people trying to say The Witcher 3 and that, like, Bloodborne were some of the best games ever made. But the reality is that these have been mogged by, like, Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey for, like, over a decade now. Okay, like, nobody played Bloodborne when it came out, and it only had a reputation online, and, like, every year that goes by, less and less people remember it or care, you know, outside of people who are very dedicated to pretending that the PS4 is, like, one of the best pieces of hardware ever, and one of the best gaming consoles ever made. Like, Bloodborne has no audience. And this is going to be the trend you see over the next 10, 20, 30 years, is that you definitely have this dedicated group of, like, old men, you know, these 40-year-old, middle-aged, just weirdo YouTubers who just sit there and try and tell you that, like, Bloodborne is the greatest thing ever made. Why? Because I say so. Okay, that's really all there is to it. You know, Bloodborne is only relevant today because so many YouTubers made it part of their brand to worship and praise this game. It doesn't because they actually enjoy it. It doesn't mean they actually play it a lot. It doesn't mean they care about it. Like, it was something they were able to latch onto and gain relevancy in 10 years ago, and they just kind of milked it into the ground since. And because nobody actually watches these YouTubers or cares, what we're slowly seeing is that these kind of projects, they're getting made and they're inevitably failing. You know, they should have this massive built-in audience from their YouTube careers, but the simple fact of the matter is, you know, like we've seen with, like, people like ProZD and Yongye, like, just because you have a lot of YouTube subscribers who will, like, co-sign everything you do because of the woke bullshit you're involved with, like, the reality is that doesn't transfer to actual skills. That doesn't transfer to, like, actually producing products that people want to watch or play. And this is going to be, like, the reality as we see that more and more of these, like, YouTube movies just kind of collapse. Okay, they're just not going to be able to remain competitive. They're just not as good as what Nintendo is doing. And this is the end result of decades of downplaying the company, ignoring all of Nintendo's franchises and games, propping up every single little thing that came out, trying to gaslight people into thinking random titles are these huge industry classics